Hello, it's Scott Manley here. I'm just waiting to take off here at Gnoss Field. I can see someone coming in. They're doing instrument practice. They're coming right down the runway in the opposite direction, but that's fine. I'll just wait for them to clear, and then I'm going to make my call. I've got my flight plan set. We're going to fly out to the coast, maybe take in some sights there, fly up along the coast, maybe talk about what's going on, and hopefully land at Little River because, you know, it's a cool little place in the middle of the woods. You know, and some nice stuff to see there. I might go over to Clear Lake for a bit as well, but yeah, you know, we're going to play it by ear because I'm just doing this by fun. So I'm sitting... there, so yeah, we're hearing the helicopter taking off there. We've got this plane clearing the runway. And yeah, I got to be careful about the wind from that helicopter, but we should be fine.
Gnoss traffic, Cirrus 427 Lima Juliet, taking off runway 31 with a departure to the north, Gnoss.
Checking I am fuel rich, checking everything, turning off the air conditioning because the air conditioning will take power from me, lining up on the center and putting the power in. And the first thing I'm checking is that all of my instruments look green. That's good. Speed is alive, 50 knots, staying to the center line, controlling those left turning tendencies. And I'm about 6 to 8, pulling back, and there I am, airborne. That's good, just paying attention. So I want to get my speed to about 86, 85, 86, not too slow though. And now I'm over the end of the runway. Just make a small turn. Whoa, yeah, a little bit of rough air here coming off those hills, but that's pretty common. Okay, so 300 feet up, making a slight turn because I don't want to try to land on that highway if there's a problem. I've got all these wetlands, which may not be great, but they'll work. Positive climb, bringing the flaps in.
Gnoss traffic, Cirrus 427 Lima Juliet, turning right crosswind, runway 31, Gnoss.
So flaps are up, we're continuing to climb. So this is the, well, this is the valley just north of San Pablo Bay. Petaluma is a little town straight ahead. We actually have a completely different airfield just like 5 miles out. So I want to be careful I don't get too close to that. Equally, I'm deliberately adding a little bit of a sort of offset here so that I don't fly straight into those hills, and if there's somebody coming in on a straight in on runway 13, I don't fly into them. Then I'm going to head out towards, yeah, you know, I can see a lot of clouds along there, so maybe we're not going to get all the way to Little River, but we're going to see. You know, it's, we're just sort of playing it by ear here, because I just want to get out and have some fun. Clock up some hours so I can get enough cross-country time for my instrument rating. Of course, you know, I'm already doing the education, the research, the courses, and I'm doing fine with that. But you have to get a certain amount of minimum aeronautical experience before they'll let you actually, you know, start to use those instrument skills. So yeah, I'm thinking that if I fly out up to Little River, I may not have as much fun because of these clouds, but I'm gonna work with this for now, right? So these hills here over to the left, in there's a place called Lucas Valley, which hosts a location known as Skywalker Ranch. No, it's not named after George Lucas, it's named after some previous resident named Lucas, and it's just purely a coincidence. But it is a fortunate coincidence, I'm sure you'll agree, right? Wait, what's that quote?
103414 Oakland Center, hello, descend to maintain 5,000.
So that is other airplanes making traffic. They're not talking to airfields, they're talking to en route control centers. They can give them like the various vectors and other aid that they might need. So yeah, I think I'm going to be careful here. If I get out to Little River and the clouds are too close, then I'm not going to land there. I'm going to instead head over to Clear Lake. I think that'll work for me. So almost at my altitude, let's get the nose down. There we go. And let my speed build up. So we are at cruise speed. So we'll probably aim for like 100 30 knots or thereabouts.
871 Delta Golf, maybe on the cross point race, that maintain 9 or 1,000.
Warning me to check my fuel. I will do that any minute. So I'm going to pull the power back to about 75%. And once I do that, I'm going to get some notifications for my fuel mixture. It'll give me the ideal fuel mixture for cruising. This thing is very non-linear. There we go, 74%. Lean this down. Okay, go to my checklist. Fuel pump now goes off. But actually, I'm going to switch tanks, so let's switch it. Okay, we're good. Now it goes off. Cruise power is set. Mixture is leaned as required. Engine parameters are being monitored, and fuel flow and balance is being monitored. Great. Go to the next checklist. Oh. Yeah, we're going to fly like this for a bit. Yeah, you can see that these clouds are forming right at the coast, basically as the wind is blowing in off the Pacific. So it's actually going to be clear all the way up here. I am going to be concerned about this patch of clouds on the way back, because they could get sucked inland, and if they get sucked inland too much, it could mean that when I get back to Gnoss in Novato, that I don't have clear skies. So very conscious of this stuff, but it's not going to stop our mission all the way to go all the way to Little River and enjoy the view here. Yeah, this is beautiful landscape here. Pacific coast, sun is setting, sun is getting low. There's a cool thing right in front of me that you may or may not be able to see. There's some shiny buildings on that hill. I'm actually turning to the left to avoid flying over it, because that is actually on the navigation, on the sectional charts as a landmark to look for. It's a Buddhist temple, and it's one massive Buddhist temple, because of course there's a lot of people in California that really like their whole spiritual lifestyle, and they build some really cool stuff. I've got some great photos from that, but I'm not going to come down and fly around them, because it would be I think it's unfair to disturb them. That's why I'm not flying directly over the top of this magnificent construct down there. I guess I've got some B-roll I can show you from some other time. You know, out to the east of it, out over in that direction, there's the place where I got married, and of course it's my 20th wedding anniversary, and I made a point to find where it was just recently. Annapolis, out there, there was a little winery that I had that we found. Then we did it like cheap. I was my own DJ at my own wedding, and frankly, that was partly because I wanted to save money, but also because I really like being a DJ, and I was not going to let somebody else pick all the music for the wedding. I did have friends that helped, for sure. So yeah, we're now getting closer to Point Arena, and one of the nice things about seeing this is it's kind of flat. And that previous section there, it's all forest, it's all cliffs. While this plane does have a parachute, I would really prefer that I put the parachute on, if there was an emergency, I'd prefer that I put it down on a flat area rather than a forest. I'd prefer that there was a runway to land on. E55, Ocean Ridge is a little too far behind me, but you know, at this point, I feel a little more secure. So I'm now just going to continue following the coast up there. We're about 25 nautical miles out. See if I can get the weather yet.
0.
I get the weather.
1 Little River Airport, automated weather observation, 0. 140. Wind, 3, 0, 0. At 6 knots. Visibility, more than 10. Temperature, 15 Celsius. Dew point, 11 Celsius. Altimeter, 2.997 inches of mercury.
Okay, so great. What I'm hearing here is the weather says that it is 300. That is a bearing of 300. Now the runways at Little River, 29 is the one that I'm going to fly on. So I'm going to fly around up the coast and then do it like a U-turn to the right, join the downwind, and land at Little River. So we're about 15 miles to the south, and I'm going to actually start my descent. I'm going to pull some power back because we're about 6 minutes out, plus a little bit of time to enter the pattern, and I don't want to be coming in with way too much speed and energy. I'm going to start going through my checklist to make sure we've got everything. Seatbelt, fuel pump is going to be gone, mixture is going to have to rich up and everything, and we're all good. Okay, so here we go. Now the other thing I'm going to do is set my altitude to 1600 feet, because that is where pattern altitude is for Little River. Is that airfield up ahead? You can just see a bunch of white stuff in the trees, and that's where I'm going to be landing this thing. I think it's about time to make that call.
Little River traffic, Cirrus 427 Lima Juliet, about 11 miles to the south down the coast. I'm going to be setting up to join the left outbound for runway 29. I guess I'm going to fly up the coast, make a right turn, and join on the 45. Little River.
That was the worst call ever. I am really bad at these comms things, but I'm sure everybody down there knows what I'm saying, right? Beautiful. Let's just check the weather one more time.
60 at 5 knots.
Oh, 260, so the winds have changed a little.
0.
Little River traffic, Cirrus 427 Lima Juliet, about 2 miles to the west. Get ready to make that U-turn, join the left downwind for runway 29er, Little River.
So I'm going to make a fairly steep turn here. I'm going to say fairly steep turn. There we go. Get the nose up now. .30-degree bank. We're fine.
Little River traffic, Cirrus 427 Lima Juliet, joining left downwind, runway 29er, Little River.
Okay, there we go. Now, I am actually coming right over the end of the runway now, so let's put those flaps in, get ourselves set up. So, flaps on, fuel pump on, good, good, good. Keep this nose down, because you want to make sure you're losing altitude. You want to make sure you're not losing too much speed though, of course, because you're flying over this river.
Little River traffic, Cirrus 427 Lima Juliet, turning left base, runway 29er, Little River.
But yeah, look at that down there. Okay. Getting those flaps set up. Want to keep my speed up a little. That's about 600 feet here. Gotta go faster. You don't want to be losing. Yeah, there he goes. Pitch for speed, power for altitude.
Little River traffic, Cirrus 427 Lima Juliet, turning final, runway 29er, Little River.
Okay. You want to make sure you don't turn too hard. Get your stuff changing. And I've just got a message telling me to check my fuel. Great. I'm not going to do that until I'm on the ground. Okay, so here we go. So we're lining up. I got 300 feet to go. Gotta go a little slower here. There we go. Okay, looking at those numbers, that's where I'm aiming. Coming down, over the threshold. Right, now we're a little high, pull that power out. I just baby the power, there we go. Keeping that nose wheel off the ground. And now let's start braking so we can get this first exit. Look at that, that wasn't a bad landing at all.
Little River traffic, Cirrus 427 Lima Juliet is clearing runway 29er, Little River.